after 7. You can see the remnants of last night's rain slowly drifting by. Probably doesn't look as bad on camera, but this is the most cloud we've seen on this trip. So we woke up on the Ogoki River to a nice moose. Just feeding on the far side of the river.
9:06. Just about packed up. Getting ready to head up to Whitewater. Hopefully make it to Best Island. See the cabin there. It's super hot again today. Thought we were gonna get thunderstorms overnight, but no thunderstorms where we were. We could hear thunder off in the distance, but nothing arrived, so we were worried that today was gonna be filled with thunderstorms for us during the day. And yet here we are, another day that's scorching hot, but got the sunscreen on today, so hopefully we'll be all right.
So we're headed north on the Ogoki River. There's 2 portages. How are you feeling today, Rich?
Feel good.
Everything good?
I don't feel like I'm gonna throw up today, so.
Ryan?
Doing well?
Ryan's doing well. He's wearing sleeves today because Ryan's been getting a bit of sun.
I'll knock them off eventually.
Everybody else took their sleeves off. Ryan put his sleeves on.
Perfect. So we got 2 portages. One's a tiny one around a rapid, and then there's a bunch of falls on the end of the Ogoki with a fairly large portage, and I think there's a camp of some kind. And then we're on to Whitewater. The rest of the day will be, I think it's like 20 something kilometers of paddling on the same lake. We have to go to the north end through some narrows and then back down south to Best Island where the Beckwith Cabin is. So it's a nice hot day. It's like 25, 28 degrees, 9 o'clock in the morning, and hopefully the wind will be at our back. We have a heck of a lot of paddling today. 10 to 10. We're at the top end of the last set of rapids on the Ogoki. So there's a decent sized portage around this. Doesn't look crazy here, but it's marked on the map. The second rapid is a falls and then some sort of ledge. So hopefully we get a good view of that as we portage around it. So we put in here, it's a very easy to find portage, and there's 2 boats stashed plus a Grumman canoe that took quite the tree on the back end. So I don't think anyone's using that anytime soon. So we're going to double carry this. We have no way of knowing how long the portage is. So you're probably looking at, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes of portaging. Who knows? So we're going to do a double carry, take some video maybe of the falls on the way back, and then we'll be on to Whitewater.
That was the most blowdown we've really had. Let's hope it stays that way. Should have shut my mouth. I don't know if I can limbo underneath this. I've been taking a different route. Hear the rapids, but you can't see anything. Maybe on the way back, that little chute might take you over to them.
We're about 75% done the first carry of the double, and this is what you're coming around. So the first set of rapids, and then this is a pretty impressive set here. I wouldn't want to run this one. It's quite the roll. And then it's just a boulder garden all the way down to the beautiful Whitewater Lake. So our portage is going to take us around the right here to the other side of this peninsula, and then we'll be on to the big lake. I'm gonna miss the Berg and the Ogoki. They've been very good to us.
There's one trail that comes out at the end of the rapids and falls. There's another trail that takes you all the way to cabin or an old outpost. It's marked on the map that there is some sort of emergency radio there if you require it. Yeah, you can see sort of the end of the rapids there, and then where the river comes out. More janky bridge over here. Almost makes you wonder what log you want to step on. That's pretty punky. Certainly glad we didn't paddle down that. The Whitewater looks huge, but looks pretty calm. Head back around and get back on the old trail. Looks like a big dock, maybe. A couple docks, like a. I think that's a dock, right? Oh yeah. Oh, this is the cabin he said he doesn't think they use anymore. Wow. It's not a cabin I'd quit using. That's really cool. I got built right into the rock. Beautiful beach here. Cabins along the whole way. Comes out. Yeah, this would be a great spot to stay. See why they build something like this here. I don't know. I might go for a swim here before we take off once we get back off the second trip.
To 12. We are about to make our first big crossing. So we're headed generally to the east. So we're going northeast up the south coast of Whitewater. Eventually making our way to the Northern Narrows, and then we'll be back heading southeast down to Best Island. So it doesn't look too bad out there. We're wearing life jackets and we've just put the sunscreen on because it's quite hot, and we'll see what happens when we get out there.
We finally made it to the Narrows between the two large sections of Whitewater. Somewhere on the right hand side here there should be a good campsite. So we're getting wind assisted down this channel. We will stop and have some lunch, and it is probably 2:30. Going to be a bit of a late lunch, but that was a long crossing of Whitewater, and we're only halfway done.
Ciao.
Time check, 2:15. Agreed.
A lot later than that. That's good.
So we just finished eating lunch on this rocky point. We've made it to about the halfway point on Whitewater. The lake opens up again into this direction, but we are headed the left side of this island, staying on the north side into the eastern arm of the lake, and then we're due south. Probably another, what do you think, 2 hours? Probably another 2 hours of paddling, and we'll be at the Beckwith Cabin. It's almost 4 o'clock, 10 to 4. We are on the home stretch. So we're passing down the western shore, and I just wanted to show over Rich and Ryan's shoulder here, that's looking down the lake. I've never been on a lake. That's Ryan's hand now. I've never been on a lake that you really can't see the horizon. This is with the zoom on, and it is a long way down there. It's pretty surreal. Anyway, winds at our back now. We've been fighting it for a little while. You might be able to hear the fishing line singing behind me, but we're heading this direction right here. We're almost to the Beckwith Cabin.
Island over there, what we were going to camp on, there's not really many hammock spots. It was a really tough paddle. It doesn't look that far, but the waves were coming up against us the whole time. So we made it across to this beach, which we believe is the site of the Beckwith Cabin, which we've been looking forward to, and was honestly one of the real highlights of what we had saw before we started this planning for this trip, that made us sort of choose this as a destination. At one point in time, we were talking about going to Woodland Caribou, and then we started talking about other options, and we landed on this site. And one of the things we wanted to do here was see the Beckwith Cabin. So we're walking up to it right now, at least what is left of it.
That's a huge fireplace. It's neat, eh, the floor?
Yeah.
Must have great like thermal properties. Hey, Rich? You think this is one of his,
One of the fridge box type things?
yeah, 'cause there's a crank here.
Drops it into the ground.
It's pretty impressive in there.
Yeah, like look at this. Or
Yeah.
the door.
And look at the floors, like hexagonal blocks.
Oh yeah, wood.
It's cool.
That's
Here,
really cool. I'm gonna do a video of that. It's a pretty cool wood stove.
National Geographic, July 1975.
All of it's super large.
Who brought that up there?
Yeah, because that's an anniversary edition from this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's been big enough to take it down.
I think I saw photos and then they had like a blue tarp over it. You can see remnants of the blue tarp there out flying in the wind. Yeah, yeah. And then, I don't know how long ago that was though.
Found the one that's called the Snail. It's a little bit out of the way from where we came. I took a wrong turn and ended up here.
Do not enter, it says. Nice and cool, eh? Come on in, Ray. So you had an anvil, workbench.
This kind of seems like it's actually
It's a workshop. Huge home for that.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there's a thunderstorm happening right behind me now. Yeah, and over here it's nice and sunny, and where we're standing we had a little bit of rain and now everything's cleared up. So, oh, I just missed that. There's some lightning going on over here, so I'll leave it behind me. Just a ton of bright sun. So pretty crazy right now. And that's sort of what happened to us last night. Is we heard some thunderstorms and then nothing hit us. So we've been pretty lucky in that respect. We got about 12 drops of rain. We put up a tarp and everything, but otherwise nothing hit us. Oh, yeah, you can hear thunder again. So we're just gonna play some cards under the tarp and hope it just passes us by.
So it's 20 to 7 and it got really cloudy. The wind has now died down, but it's threatening rain. So we've set up the Wendell Beckwith dance party. Brought the picnic table in off the beach or the rock area. Set up a nice tarp, and we're gonna probably hunker down and play some cards and listen to some music and make up some coffee.
Snag. I wouldn't want to be the cartographer that got to learn about that ledge or falls after he went down the first rapids.